everybody, BionicDance here. I need to apologize a little bit for the format of this video. Most of my videos tend to be, if not actually scripted, they are at least rehearsed to a degree. I usually do multiple takes of them because they tend to not be as refined as I would like. And that's why I tend to break them up and have multiple shots and things like that. This, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit of a ramble. I just woke up. It's actually like 10 at night. I meant to rest my eyes and ended up waking up 5 hours later with a severe case of lap kitties. And I also woke up to discover a nearly half-hour-long video from Coughlin616 explaining exactly why he's leaving the atheist movement, such as it is. And I have to say that he both has a point and misses the point. And I kind of wanted to discuss it a little. You see, because part of what he said is true. There really isn't much of an atheist community, if there ever was. I still think there's something of an atheist movement. I do. I mean, I recently attended an atheist convention down in Texas, and it was fun. Connected with a whole bunch of people that I previously had only known virtually. Made friends with a lot of people. Actually made friends with some folks that previously I hadn't liked, where we'd been sort of bitter enemies in a way. And we realized, no, there's no reason to hate each other. And now we're actually relatively decent, if not actually friends, at least we're, talking to each other, which is great. So, that was wonderful. And, it really did convince me that as much as I feel like I've lost a lot of momentum on my videos, they are still necessary, that we are doing kind of a necessary thing. Because there are people out there who are in religion who probably don't want to be, who just don't have that courage to put themselves out there to say, wait a minute, I really don't believe, and I need to come out of religion, and they just need that courage, that catalyst to say, I'm done with this bullshit. To actually to have that courage, or to have that one spark moment of, oh, this really is crap, I mean, I've had people come up to me and tell me that my videos have helped them come out of atheism, or come out of religion, sorry. This is why I script or rehearse my videos. It's because I have fuck-ups like that. But yeah, I've had people tell me that my videos have helped them. And I'm sure other atheists have too. So I do feel like we perform something of a necessary function. We really do. We're not just chatting amongst ourselves, and I think that's one way that Coughlin's video kind of misses the point, that we're not just in, sort of a mutual circle jerk here. We're really not. And yeah, he is right that a lot of us have formed factions, that some of us really can't stand each other, and there's like groups that there's a lot of infighting in this online atheist community. There is, between those of us who do and don't like atheism plus, and the rather large contingent of you that don't seem to like me very much, and those of you who don't like Thunderfoot, and blah 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 blah, all of that. And he was also right when he said that there's those of us who wish we could just get back to poning creationists. I mean, I kind of do. I miss the days when we had people like Venom Fang X to beat up on. I mean, those were fun days. The early days of YouTube atheism when, we had targets like that. And some of you may have noticed that my video making has slowed down. It's partly because I've made more than 800 videos. And, I mean, there was a time when I was making a video every damn day. And it feels like I've said everything. Hell, I've said everything 5 times at this point. And I've started just poning people, you know, where I go out, I look for idiots who have said something really stupid, and I download their video and rip it to shreds, you know? Just like, okay, here's something stupid they said, let me point out why it's stupid. Here's something else stupid they said, let me say why that's stupid. And just, you know, that's been my style lately, because you know, it feels like I've said everything else that I can just say, just me to the camera. You know, granted, I do feel like we have to repeat. I mean, the religious, I mean, they've been repeating their message over and over and over for, what, thousands of years now? And that technique seems to work, you know? That technique seems to get the job done. It seems to get them followers. It seems to get their message across to the world. And if we don't repeat ourselves, well, we're going to get lost in the general shuffle. That's part of why I've made, you know, I mean, people accuse me of making the same 5 videos over and over. It's part of why they unsubscribe, but I kind of feel like, you know, we have to do that. That, unfortunately, we kind of have to be boring and repetitive, otherwise people won't hear our message. If I just say, you know, one message one time, well, you know, who's going to go back and watch a 5-year-old video? You know, who's going to even notice it exists? I don't think that's going to happen. So I feel like I have to say the same thing over and over and over again, just to make sure that it ever gets heard in this huge informational deluge on the internet. But anyway, yeah, so I've also recently decided that I want to stay away from as much of the infighting on the YouTube atheist scene and the online internet scene as possible. I've gotten kind of draconian on my comment sections. When people come in to behave like trolls, I kick them pretty quickly. I block them pretty quickly. If we're not talking about the subject matter, I mean, you can disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. But if you're in there just to say how much you hate me, you know, or whatever like that, you know, you're gone pretty fast. If you're not there to be constructive, you know, to actually add to the dialogue, agree or disagree, if you're not there to do that, you're pretty much gone pretty fast, you know. And I think that's the right way to go. And when people decide that they, you know, they want to try to needle me about me, well, I'm just not going to participate anymore. That's not what we're there for. And, you know, that seems to be the right course. And I feel better for it. There's a lot less stress in my life for having done that. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't think there should necessarily be an atheist community. The only reason I see that atheists have to gather is in self-defense against theists. If there were no theists, there'd be no reason to have an atheist community. And as such, well, you know, I don't feel the need to really be part of one exactly. I just feel the need to make the arguments to try to get other people to no longer be part of something that has no basis in reality and, you know, hurts. I mean, religion does hurt other people. I mean, a lot of folks have said to me, why do you try to argue other people out of their beliefs? There should be no problem to have your beliefs. Just let them have their beliefs. They're not doing any harm. And I'm like, yes, they fucking are. I mean, I've said this many times. People who have these beliefs don't just believe in things. That's not all they do. I mean, I can hold up these idiotic holy books here, you know. I've got the Bible upside down. Again, why I tend to do multiple takes on my videos. But point is, those holy books have instructions in them, and those instructions don't necessarily include being nice to people that disagree with them. You know, there's things in there about who can marry who, having abortions, and well, not specifically about having abortions in there, but you know, they've been interpreted that way, and you know, there's like what to do about people who have other religions and all kinds of things like that. You know, I mean, we have wars that are going on in the Middle East that, don't kid yourselves, are all about religion. And it's just like, come on, think about it for a minute. If religion didn't exist, we wouldn't have various laws that block certain kinds of scientific progress like stem cell research. I mean, again, I sound like a broken record here. I say this every like third or fourth video. But I'm in the atheist scene as a form of self-defense in many ways, you know, because religious people have a tendency to behave like complete jerks. They try to pass laws to enforce their dogma, their ideology, and laws are not there to enforce ideology. Laws are there to enforce safety, to make sure that there is safety and fairness for all people, not to enforce your ideology. So I do see a need to continue to make videos like this one. I do see a need to try to bring people out of religion. I do see a need to continue to be an online atheist, an outspoken online atheist, and that's where I think Coughlin missed the point more than a little. I mean, if he thought that being part of an atheist community was the only reason to make these videos, well, he's dead wrong. But at the same time, I do agree with him about the whole atheist community thing, that it's... I mean, it is divisive. It has been kind of a bad thing, a drag on I won't say who we are, because that's a little weird, but maybe our image a little bit and our productivity. The reason we're here, you know, has not necessarily been to form a club. You know, to form a, you know, to have a clubhouse with leaders and rules and stuff. It's part of why I've thought that Atheism Plus was such a horrible idea, was because it seemed to feel the need to codify atheism into something that felt a lot like a religion, is because it seemed to say, you know, at last, atheism has some dogma. You know, that's what it really feels like. I realize that the plussers try very hard to say it's not like that, but that's sure as hell the way it feels when you're on the outside of it. And so I you know, on that level, I kind of agree that, yeah, atheism is kind of, it's been going downhill just a little, but I still do see a purpose in doing all of this. Now, if you've survived watching this video this long, and like I said, it was going to be a ramble. It was unscripted and unedited and all of that. And it did happen pretty much just after I woke up from an unintended nap, so I don't know how frickin' coherent it is. But, yeah, I'm glad that you were able to suffer through it. I hope you agree with a lot of my reasoning. I don't know how many of you are Coughlin fans, how many of you have watched his video, but I have to say, well, I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from even without having watched his video. I tried my best put my points forward so that you don't have to have watched his video to get it. But regardless, I hope this made sense, and I hope that you can really at least see where I'm coming from, even if you don't agree. Comments below, let's see where the atheist community, such as it is, if we have one, let's see where... Oh man, I wish I hadn't said that part. Let's see where atheists in general, community or no community, are coming from. How about that? Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's a good chance you're the reason I'm saying it.